Hi, my name is Jody Worski. I am a IATAN card holder. I'm a platinum consultant. I've been with Archer since January 18th of 2020. Earlier this year, I hit $1 million in travel sales. I'm going to go over what I do, and I've got to tell you, it's not rocket science. It really isn't. Anybody can do what I'm doing, but I'm going to tell you what I do and how I've gotten to the point of $1 million in travel sales. Okay. All right. I will do all questions at the end as well. All right, so the main thing is, honestly, take advantage of the trainings. Q&As are my favorite. Okay, I would jump on 3 to 5 Q&As a week when I first started. Many of you who've been on my trainings have heard this. I cannot say enough good things about Q&As. You're going to get different presenters and you're going to get different answers from different presenters. For me, when I host a Q&A, I don't know as much about Disney or cruises, but somebody on that Q&A can always help someone with those questions. So I would be driving, I would be cooking dinner, I might be sitting in front of my computer. You can always learn from Q&As. And to be quite honest, I was scared to death to speak for the first probably 3 months. So I didn't ask any questions. I just listened to other people's questions. Mock booking trainings. Anyone who knows me knows that I highly recommend mock bookings. I would do, and I go over this a little bit more, I would do 2 to 3 mock booking trainings or mock bookings a week. I would share them into Facebook groups every single day. I did it from week 1 after I started, a week after I started, all the way in 2020. And last year, 70% of my clientele came from mock bookings. They were people I did not know. Specialty trainings, guys, you should be checking your calendars every morning. That's the first thing you should do when you wake up, and you should be going and setting your alarms for any specialty trainings that you want to get on that day. I know me, if I don't put it on my, if I end up not putting it on my my phone, my alarm, I will forget about it. So you definitely want to do the specialty trainings. Supplier webinars, check your emails. They will always have webinars. You not only learn so much, you also can win things from those webinars. So check your emails all the time. Sign up for those supplier webinars. You will learn so much from them. And what I did, find a trainer that you like. Get on any trainings they host, subscribe to their YouTube channel if they have one. I know there are a few trainers I jump on there because I will always learn something new. So the main thing is, if you are not taking advantage of the trainings, you are doing yourself a disservice. All right, these are my best friends. And I think they might be some of your best friends too. Google, guys. Google, Google, Google. People will get asked questions in the chats and I'm like, did you even look it up yourself? Google, this is your business, okay? TripAdvisor. I will always read TripAdvisor when I'm doing mock bookings, when I'm doing quotes. I will always check TripAdvisor to see what the reviews are there. If TripAdvisor is given if people have been giving all bad reviews in the past, few months, I'm not going to send a client there. I'm not going to do that for my mock booking. So definitely check TripAdvisor. You have to also read what the issues are. Sometimes there'll be some negatives in there that, during COVID, some restaurants were closed. So you really have to sort of see what the negatives are and assess it yourself. The chats. So your team should have a chat, at least one. I would get into the chats when I first started. I would get into the chats a lot and I would read people's questions. So for my direct agents, I tell them not to text me directly. I tell them to ask any questions in the chats, because not only will they have a whole team to help them there, but also by doing that in the chats, you learn from other people's questions. So definitely check the chats. And before you post that question, search the chat and see if you can find if that question was already asked. Facebook groups. So Rising Tide, same thing. All of these groups, search them first, and then if not, ask a question. Jump on Rising Tide's Facebook page. See if that question was asked. If not, ask that question. Some of my favorites on Facebook, the Resorts of the Riviera Maya, they actually have a whole spreadsheet on there with a ton of information on resorts, on transfers, travel agent rewards programs, all of that. I'm also in Jamaica Travel Specialist. travel advisors selling the Caribbean, and travel agents selling the Dominican Republic. So you can jump into all of those to look for your question or to ask questions. And that's how you can get a lot of your answers. Now, granted, I specialize in all-inclusive and island vacations, so I am telling you island ones. I'm not telling you Europe or US or anything. Consistency truly is key. I know that you've heard it from everyone, but it is key. You have to be consistent. I've had agents who've said to me, I can't get a client. When was your last mock booking that you posted? Oh, I haven't posted any. Or it was 2 weeks ago, and I look and they shared it into 2 groups. You have to be consistent with what you do. So every single day, and this is what I've done, is I would join Facebook groups every single day. People say they can't find groups to join. Wedding groups, wedding groups, moms groups, yard sale groups, garage sales, community bulletin boards. I am in probably over 100 groups. So I don't want to hear that you can't find a group that you can join. You can. So for me personally, I do it 60 miles within the Newark airport and the Philadelphia airport, because those are the airports by me, but there are a lot of agents who will post all over the country. So it's up to you where you want to join. Post a new mock booking every 2 to 3 days, as I said. So what I would do is I would post it. I would save it to Vax. I did almost all my mock bookings in Vax. I save it to Vax. So if I'm going to post to 5 groups in the morning, in the afternoon, I'm going to pull it up in Vax and see if the price has changed. If it hasn't, I will share it into 5 more groups. Now, in the beginning, you can't do 5 Facebook groups in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 5 at night, because you have to build up how many groups you've joined. So I tell people to join 5 to 7 groups a day. Don't join more than that. You don't want to end up in Facebook jail. But post a new mock booking every 2 to 3 days. So if you're seeing that it did not go up in price, you can keep posting it. They also have insights on your post. Check the insights. If you see it's not going anywhere, maybe you need to do a new mock booking. Also, if you see that it's doing really well, I think the longest I've done a mock booking has been 4 to 5 days. It was seen by 29,000 people. It was doing really well. But for the majority, I would say a new mock booking every 2 to 3 days. Share that mock booking into groups every single day, every single day. The goal is 5 groups in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 5 at night. Many of you work a full-time job. I did too when I first started. I woke up 10 minutes early in the morning. When I got home from work, I would do 5 more groups. And then at night before bed, I would do 5 more. So even if you can't do 15 a day, try and do at least 10 a day, morning and night. And like I said earlier, check the daily calendar every morning, every single morning, and set your alarms for any trainings you want to attend. If you work full time, there still are trainings. We have night trainings, we have weekend trainings. There's always something you can attend. And if not, many of the specialty trainings are recorded, and then they are put into the chat. So you'll be able to see them. And always stay in phase 1. Okay. Always stay in phase 1. That's really important. So by saying that, I'm just going to stop sharing for a second. I'm going to mute everyone again. Okay. Okay, so always staying in phase 1 means, you know what, all of a sudden you've gotten 3 quote requests. This is great. I'm doing great. Or I've started booking a lot. You know what, that's going to go downhill fast. So you have to make sure you keep up with this and always stay in phase 1. Even though you have a lot of bookings now, you want to keep going for the bookings that you're going to keep getting. Like, you don't want to just stop and be complacent with what you have. How clients can find you. I don't word it how you can find clients. It's really about clients finding you. I reached out, well, I'll go over some of this actually now. Post mock bookings, not just on Facebook. I do Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook and LinkedIn are where I get most of my my clients. LinkedIn, I actually have more people following my page than I do in Facebook. I think I'm at about 2,600 something in Facebook and over 3,000 in LinkedIn. So with LinkedIn, I have my personal page. I also have my business page. What I do personally, I will post my mock bookings on my business page on LinkedIn. I do not post them on my personal page. Once in a blue moon, I'll share them. But the reason I don't, I'm old school. LinkedIn is supposed to be about networking, not about sales. So that's why I keep it on my business page. Again, that's just my feeling, how I want to do it. But what I do is on your business page, you can invite so many people every month to like your business page. So keep up with those invites and invite people, just like you can on Facebook. You can invite people on Facebook as well. Always carry business cards with you. Years ago, I was at a networking event, and this one guy who is very, very successful in the nonprofit world said he has business cards in every jacket pocket, in every car, everywhere. If you are a woman, put it in every purse that you have. So if you run out the door with a different purse, you always have business cards with you. You never know who you're going to give them to. Okay. Join Facebook groups and comment on posts. So it's not just about sharing your mock bookings, comment on posts as well. So it might be saying somebody's looking for, a idea of where to go for an island. You can comment on that post, or just general comments too, just to get your algorithms up as well. Ask friends to share your Facebook business page. So I don't like to reach out to friends and family that much, but what you can do is, if you don't have a lot of people, you've invited people to your Facebook business page, but you need more people to like your page, because to be quite honest, if I have 2,000 followers on my Facebook business page and somebody else has 10 followers, who do you think somebody's going to book with? So what you want to do is do one post on your Facebook personal page and say, hey guys, I'm sure all of you know that I've started my small business, but I really would love some help. Would you mind sharing this Facebook business page with your friends? Let them share it with their friends, and then you can get some more followers that way. So I've done this before. I've done it a couple times. I offer a referral fee. So what I do is I will reach out to all my clients. I will post it on my Facebook business page, and I will post that on my Facebook personal page. My referral fee, what I found that I like the best, is a $25 Amazon gift card, because if you do a Visa gift card, you have to pay a fee. Amazon, you don't have to, and you can send it by email. So you don't have to pay for stamps or anything. What I have done is I say, anybody who refers a client to me within, I gave them, I think my last one I did was January 1st, and I gave them through March 31st. If they book a trip for $1,000 or more with me by March 31st, I will send you, when they return, a $25 Amazon gift card. So think a little bit outside the box with that. You do have to tell them to let you know that they were referred. And join networking groups. Yesterday, I was at 2 different networking events. I must have handed out about 15 business cards. The first one is one where I just go for a lunch twice a month. All I have to do is pay for my lunch. The second one was, because I go to that one, somebody in that does a happy hour once a month. And so that was a happy hour I went to. Both of them were free to me, except for that lunch that I paid and the drink that I had at the second one. Join those networking groups. To be quite honest, I know BNI is a really popular one in most places. I almost joined, actually, I think it was a week before COVID hit in March of 2020. I'm still thinking about joining BNI. BNI usually costs somewhere $600-700 to join for the year. It's a lot of money. You meet weekly, and part of BNI is what they do is, I think you have to give referrals. So it's part of what you have to do, but you get so much business. So for me, the reason why I might join is, if I join and it's $600-700, if I book 2 clients because of that in a year, it just paid for itself. So you don't always have to find one that costs a lot of money. You can find free ones. Check Facebook, check LinkedIn. I have something on Fridays I'm going to start going to as well, completely free. So look for those networking groups. They do pay off. And when I first started, like I said, I don't really reach out to friends and family, but when I first started, I sent an email to everyone in my address book, every single person that I had an email address for. I emailed myself and I BCC'd them. So I blind carbon copied them. I did not want anyone to know how many people I sent it to. And I just sent an email saying, I want you to know that I'm a travel agent. You can put, there's no fee to use you, explain what you do, tell them how to find you, etc. Send that out one time so everyone knows you're a travel agent, but don't spam them. Don't keep sending things. So make your Facebook business page attractive. Okay, so you want to use BranchUp. It's branchup.com, I believe. You can sign up for that. Now, for me, I want my page to be mostly all-inclusives and island vacations. So I go into BranchUp every single Monday. I will delete any posts that I don't want to use, and you can put your also your preferences in BranchUp as well when you join and sign up. I also will edit text. So some of them that I like, I will actually say, if you want a quote, please contact, and I give my information. So you can edit, you can reschedule. I reschedule every single post in BranchUp every week. The reason I do is I don't want my post to show the exact same time as every other travel agent's post. So I always try and put mine before everybody else's. Okay. So use BranchUp. Post your own photos of your travels. It could be in a city that you go to. It could be a hotel. It could be, you know, somewhere you've been on vacation. Post your own photos of your travels that way, and put your logo on them as well if you want. Like I will put some of my pictures in Canva, and I will add my logo in the bottom corner. So if anybody's going to share it, they're going to see JZW Travel. Okay. Add client testimonials. So I always ask clients, when I first started, I would ask clients once I booked for them if they could give a testimonial for me. I also would ask some clients, I had some who actually worked with me and didn't book due to COVID back then in 2020. I still ask for testimonials. Now I only ask my clients when they return from their trip. I ask every single client when they return from the trip. So add those to your, sometimes they will give a review on Facebook, but sometimes they won't actually write the review, but they'll send me like an email or something like that with a photo. And I always say, can I use this? And then I make it into a pretty picture, write what their quote is, and I post that as well. That I will post on LinkedIn on my personal page as well. Post when you book a trip. Either put that you booked a trip, which always looks good if you booked a trip, or make it a mock booking. You can do one of two ways. So I just did one for Cabo for a girl's 30th birthday party. And I wrote, thank you, Deara, for allowing me to book your 30th birthday party trip. And I did a photo of the resort and just a little thank you to her. So always use that on your Facebook business page as well. All right, steps I take for bookings. I send out a vacation quote request form, and I did put in the chat all of my links. Winner, if you don't mind, could you repost that again? So it has my vacation quote request form. People ask me, how do I do that? Guys, I didn't know. It's Google Forms, and you know what I did? I Googled how to do a Google form, and that's how I did it. Okay, so vacation quote request form, I have everyone fill it out before I will even work with them, even friends. I have them fill it out. That's the first step. Second step, I don't think I put my second step, but my second step is getting them on the phone and having a phone call with them prior to a quote or itinerary. So I personally use Travefy. My referral link is on there as well if you're interested. It is a paid service. I started with Travefy right when I first joined. My mentor told me about it, and I figured I have to invest in myself. I love the way they look. So I started as a free trial for a bit, and then I paid the service. I think they charge $39 a month, but if you pay annually, it equals out to $31 a month. I'll go over why I think it's worth it with paying for it. I know some people use TravelJoy. I personally like Travefy's customer service a lot more. Basically, what I will do is you can actually add the Viator activities or excursions on Travefy easily. And once you do that, I usually sell 1 to 2 tours. Almost, I'd say about 75% of my to 75% of my clients. So by adding those tours to Travefy, I am able to offset the cost of Travefy, if that makes sense, because I get my Viator commissions. So that's what I was saying, add optional tours. So on all my quotes and itineraries, I always add optional tours. So if you can't use Travefy, use Google Docs. When you do the booking, maybe add your optional tours then. I always contact the hotel or resort for a complimentary amenity with a note from me. So I try and get it in writing and try and email them. How do I find the resort information? I will Google. I will look, like if you're if it's an AM resort, you can look on the Master Agent AM Rewards page. It shows it there. I try and find different ways to find the information. If I cannot find information for an actual email address, I will call them. But what I will do is I will say, my client is coming to stay with you. Would you send a complimentary amenity on my behalf with a note from me? I find that many times when a client gets this, they either will rebook, tell their friends or family, or put a positive review on TripAdvisor. And I would say I get probably 95% of the hotels and resorts will send a complimentary amenity on my behalf. And believe me, it makes a difference for your clients. And real quick, before I go back, so if I cannot send a complimentary amenity, I will not pay for an amenity at a hotel or resort. However, during COVID, personally, I joined wine.com. They have a stewardship program for, I think it's $50 some a year, excuse me, $50 some a year, and it gives you free shipping. So that's how we get our wine personally, but then I can also send it to my clients for free shipping. So my clients just went to St. Lucia, had a great time, but on the way back, their flights were delayed for 2 days. So I just sent them a bottle of wine yesterday with a note from me, and it cost me $18. Okay, and that's a business write-off. The other thing I do is a traveler feedback form. It includes my review links on it. So I will put my Facebook review link, my Google review, and my Travel Leaders link. Travel Leaders, you go through Agent Universe, and that's how you get your Travel Leaders link. There's you can go through Travel Leaders that way. The last thing I do, I always send a handwritten thank you note to the client. And can I tell you, one of my clients actually just posted a picture of my handwritten note, and I had a couple of her friends contact me for quotes. It's that little detail that means a lot. So I went through Vistaprint, I ordered thank you notes, and believe me, it really does go a long way. Google Calendar. So I am big on Google Calendar. I know Travefy now has tasks. I just have not looked into those yet, but I really love Google Calendar, and I have everything color coded on my Google Calendar as well. So I will always put in a client's travel dates and location, so I know who's traveling and when. So that's in orange, my client's travel dates. A few weeks prior to final payment, I will put it on my calendar to let them know that their final payment is due a certain day. Do they want to use a credit card already on file? Or if you don't have a credit card on file, say, would you like me to call you on this date? And when you do the final payment, if it says that the final payment is due, just say August 26th, put it as August 19th. Always give that week, because you know what? If you can't get a hold of the client, if they think it's fraud on the card, of many reasons, just always try and put it a week prior. I also put on my calendar a day prior to the final payment, just a reminder, and then the day of the final payment. All of these are on my calendar, so I remember, okay? A couple weeks prior to travel, I will put on my calendar to contact the hotel or resort for amenity. A few days prior to travel, I will contact the hotel or resort for the reminder of the amenity. The day before travel, I will wish a client a great trip. So this is all on my calendar. So I remember, as soon as I book something, I put all of this on my calendar. The day after they come back, send traveler feedback form and a thank you note.
Jody?
Yep.
So can you tell us what you mean by amenity? I know you talked about the wine, but
it can be anything. I just tell the resort it's up to them. I don't care. I just want something in there.
Perfect.
So
okay.
Sometimes they put in cookies, sometimes they put in a bottle of sparkling wine. It doesn't matter. I just want something with a note for me. I don't care what it is.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. And put on calendar the day you should receive commissions. Guys, I got to tell you, there's so many agents who don't know when they're supposed to get their commissions. Not me. I will have it on 45 days after they travel. If I don't receive it, I put it back for the next pay. So just say it's supposed to be August 15th, I'll put it back for August 30th. If I don't receive it 60 days after they travel, In the back office, you can put, where's my commission? I fill out that form. Keep track of your commissions yourself. Keep track of them. You should know when you should be receiving your commissions. All right, here are some tips. Organization matters. End of story. You got to be organized. I got to tell you, I'm not going to show you my desk. I am not organized at home. I have stuff everywhere, but I'm very organized when it comes to my clients and anything related to my computer. Organization matters. Get your clients on the phone. Don't book for people if you're not going to build that personal relationship. Get them on the phone. Have a schedule. So whether you work this job part-time or full-time, have a schedule. So for me, when I first started, I worked my other job 7 to 1. So I had on my schedule from 2:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday, I worked. I was at my desk working. What I now do, I'm at workaholic, so I actually work too much. What I will do is I put on my Facebook business page my hours that I am open. So I'm open Monday to Wednesday, even though I work from home, 8 to 6, Thursday, 8 to 5, Friday, 8 to 3, and Saturday, 9 to 12. So if a client contacts me during those times, I will get back to them. But I have that schedule of I know when I'm working. So today I'm taking off the rest of today. I'm going to my friend's pool. I plan this earlier in the week. So I know my schedule. I have to, you also have to have some time for yourself, but just have your schedule. Don't be like, oh, I can work from home whenever I want. Try and get that schedule. If you have kids who nap and you know they nap from 1 to 3 every day, put that on your schedule. So just have a schedule, even though it's a work from home position. When you finish your day, write a list for the next day. So when I first started, as everyone on here, I was overwhelmed, completely overwhelmed. So I started writing a list for the next day, and it made it a little less overwhelming for me because I knew what I needed to do. And I'd also put things that aren't as important. So I still to this day have a list. I have an asterisk next to the ones I need to do, or I might put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I know what order. And then I have other things that if I finish everything, what I can get to. Keep a spreadsheet of your client's booking information. So that's what on that Google doc that I just sent and Winter just put in the chat. I have a spreadsheet of my client's booking information. What I do, and I can't show it to you because I don't want to show you my client's information, but I actually have it, all their information. As soon as I book them, I put all their information on, whether it's their address, their phone number. Even though there is a CRM in Travefy, I still do this. And the reason I also do it is because it's color coded for me. It's yellow if Archer paid my commissions. If I'm waiting on commissions and they're old, I might color code them like a green. And sometimes it's not Archer that's late in paying me. Like I booked a Hyatt for myself. I booked direct and they didn't pay me. So I'm going back with Hyatt. And then I just have it white for ones that are coming up. Okay. Don't have a mindset that this is overwhelming or you can't do this. Have a mindset that you will do this. So for those of you who don't know, I started January 18th of 2020. I worked a part-time job, a salary job while I started this. In February of that year, my boss did something else. My husband said, quit. And I said, I'm not quitting salary job for commission only. He said, quit. You're a hard worker. You can do this. So I quit. My last day of my full-time job was March 11th of 2020. That week, the world shut down. Guys, if I can build up my business when the world was shut down, you can do this. So never did I think, I can't do this, I'm going to quit. I thought, what do I need to do to make this work? And I changed my marketing strategies. I changed from Europe and island vacations. I changed to US vacations. Have that mindset. When you get overwhelmed, don't say, I'm overwhelmed, I can't do this. What's your mindset? If you're like, I can't pay the $69.95 this month. Okay, what's your mindset? Can you do instant commissions? Can you cut out maybe Starbucks that month? Can you cut out one meal out? Have the mindset you will do this. If you want this to work, you have to have that mindset. When you hear of a new vendor, being like an agent, so I hear of a new vendor a lot of times in chats. What I do is I register ahead of time with that vendor. As soon as I hear, like, I've told people they've heard of Europe Express. Now they are not a preferred vendor. We get 50%, but I book a lot with them. I really like them. When I heard of Europe Express, I did not need them. What I did is I registered with them. I have a spreadsheet for all my suppliers as well. and I wrote them down. So when I was ready for them, I was already registered. Enjoy the perks. Joanne is on here. I know Joanne wants one of these perks. Purchase your CLIA card, which allows you the Marriott Fantastic rates and other perks at Disney, etc. I'm a huge Marriott fan. The Fantastic rates are not offered everywhere, but where they are offered, it's amazing. One example, I went to Chicago for my son's graduation in May. The 4 nights staying at this Residence Inn right in the heart of everything was $1,300. With the Marriott Fantastic rates, it was $367. $367, not $1,300. Get your CLIA card. And I know Ron Archer says if so many people have it by July 4th, he's going to give money away. So get your CLIA card. Enter your bookings into any loyalty reward programs. In September, I'm going to Secrets Mache, which is a brand new Secrets in Mexico. I'm going for 5 nights free because I entered all my bookings into the AM Resorts portal. You don't know what the portals are? You don't know what the loyalty rewards? Google. That's what I've done. Google what the loyalty rewards programs are. They are out there. And when you are done, enter your bookings. Read your emails to learn of FAM trips. So I have been invited now to 3 FAM trips. One on a webinar. One a BDM reached out to me, and one I found through an email. And I just went to Antigua. FAM trips, just so you know, you go alone. This is most of the time. I'm going to say 95% of the time. You go alone. You don't know somebody else from our agency because they want people from different agencies. You have to pay for your airline ticket. So for me, Antigua was 900, and actually I got two from emails. So I went to Mexico in June. I paid $950 out of pocket. It's a business write-off. But I was able to see 3 resorts, and I was able to expand my knowledge and hopefully book people at these resorts. My second one was about the same price, $950 for Antigua. It was the best FAM trip. They will pay anything over $500 for the flights in 60 days. So I will be receiving back about $450. They will, I have to pay the $500. It is an investment in yourself. FAM trips, just so you know, even though it's a perk for your business. It's not a lot of downtime. I don't remember the last time I worked as hard as I did as I was in Antigua, but I learned so much. Okay. So read your emails to learn of FAM trips. Secret to success. Work hard. That's the bottom line. I mean, honestly, guys, I said it in the beginning, anybody can do what I'm doing. It really isn't rocket science. It's just following through, asking questions. So you want to work hard. You want to be coachable. Ask somebody, get on a Zoom with your mentor, ask questions, but be coachable. Take what they give you and use it. Get on trainings, ask questions in the chats. Let people know you're a travel agent. Talk about it. When you go out, talk about it. Like, I like giving my business cards out when I pay a bill. A lot of times waitresses and waiters, they're pretty much in their 20s. They're like, they want to go away a lot. So let people know you're a travel agent. Get your clients on the phone and be punctual. So I will do one-on-one calls with my team. I will offer it. And one of my rules is if they are late longer than 5 minutes, they have to sign up for another call. I'm not waiting longer than 5 minutes. Guys, if you can't be punctual with me, are you going to be punctual with your clients? Be punctual. Set your alarm for 5 minutes before you're supposed to call your client, so you know when to call your client. Be punctual. Don't be late. Make sure your personal Facebook page looks professional as well. So especially during the whole, presidential campaign, you don't want to put who you voted for. You don't want to alienate people. You don't want to put curse words. You don't want to put you being really drunk. You want your Facebook page to look professional as well. You should have public posts on there. If your page isn't public, you should at least have public posts. So people can just look at you. My first picture they see is a picture of me and my family. They want to get to know you if they're going to book with you. Okay. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Guys, if you are looking for really fast money, this is not going to be for you, but you can build it up. So you still can make those instant commissions if you need to make the money up front. For me, I did not need to do that. What I did is I knew that my goal was to book 5 trips a month and then to build it up so I would get commissions twice a month. And that's what I do now. I definitely do more than that. So my goal was, this is my business. I'm going to build it up. I wanted it built sooner than it was, but the world shut down. So I can't do much about that. But right now I have such a great basis for my business that I don't stress over it. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. Remember that. And invest in yourself and your business. Like I said, if you go to Starbucks 3 times a week, or you go out to dinner a few times a month, cut one of those back and invest in yourself. Get Travified, get your business cards, maybe make flyers, like things, join a networking group. I'm not saying you have to pay for things, but if you want this business to work, you want to invest in yourself and your business. Okay. And as I said before, mindset is everything. If you're going to say, I can't do it, you're not going to be able to do it. Okay. So that, honestly, it wasn't, that's basically how I got to where I am, to be quite honest. And like I said, it's not rocket science. So, all right, let me go and see about some questions. All right, let me go back.
Hi.
Okay, let me go 3. Sorry, guys, I'm just going up to the top. All right. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff here. I don't want to miss anything. I wish it would just leave you where you left off. All right, almost there, almost there. Okay. It's my fault. I asked too many questions in the beginning and I got to go through these. Okay. 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 Yep. I'm just looking. I see some of what people are saying, but I'm just going to try. Yes, Jennifer Burns, I did attend your mock booking trainings. That's where I learned. That's where I learned how to do my mock bookings. And I remember what you said. I think my question was, how do I know what to do for mock bookings? Either I asked or somebody else, and you said, use a place that you want to go. And I've learned that. And I do all-inclusives and island vacations where I want to go. And I also do the ones where I want to go for loyalty programs. So that way I can build up my loyalty programs. So an actual mock booking is just like a booking ad, a booking example. So Jessica, you could actually go to my JZW travel page on Facebook. I just did a mock booking this morning. Everybody does it differently. Some people do less words, some people do flyers, 1 photo. All I ask is don't share my mock booking on your page. A lot of people have done that. It only helps me, not you. So specialty trainings, Johnny, could be anything. This is a specialty training. So anything that is not a normal Q&A or something like that, a specialty training, a cruise training, something like that. So how do you do mock booking training? So on that Google doc that I shared and that Winter shared and other people have shared in this chat, I do have my YouTube channel. You can go on there and there are mock booking trainings on there. Why does the Google Doc says? Hopefully you guys could get into that because I didn't put restricted access on that.
I think it was just too many people on there.
Oh, look at that. I never had that issue before. And Olivia, this is for all of Rising Tide. So Infinity, not everybody is in Infinity. Spreadsheet for Facebook groups, I already did that. That's on my Google Doc. That's why I did everything on one. When should I get business cards? Alexandra, I got business cards right away. I did business cards right away and I used them right away. Okay, yep, Christy, I know you're in BNI. Yep, you've already covered your entry fee. BNI is a network marketing. You can search BNI for your area and see where they have it. Jolene, I don't have an example of my referral post. I pretty much, I did it back in January and I think I sent an email to all of my clients. So Ashlyn, on, I think there might be some instant commission mock booking trainings on my YouTube as well. I have not done them. I'm not the one to do them, but I do have Katrina on my team who's done some. Okay. Branch Up is, go to branchup.com. It's for travel agents and they post on your Facebook business page. You connect it and they will post, do posts for you on there. Yeah, the Infinity website is not for everyone on this call. That is just this team's. Or my team, I should say, that I'm on, not this team. Okay. And I also have tailored Travefy trainings on my YouTube as well. So no, Amber, I ask for complimentary amenities at hotels as well. I do have to say I'm not as successful at hotels as I am at all inclusives, but no, I do ask at hotels as well. I know I had somebody go to Boston and stayed at this hotel and they got the most beautiful amenity package from the hotel. This recordings will be in the chat. How does my team building piece fit into my schedule? Oh, Sheila, I don't sleep. That's how it fits in. Actually, what I do for my schedule is I will give one-on-ones for my team at Monday through Thursday. I will do, I host Q&As twice a week. I will do some other things, but I have it all in my Google Calendar all set up. I also have when I can get client calls. So I will do Calendlies for team building, for quote requests, things like that. So I use Travefy for itineraries, for quotes, for the CRM, and for the credit card authorization form. I also can upload their passports there, or a copy of their driver's license, and you can put notes there, all of that. Christy, I don't know about that, your vendor that pays 80%. I mean, you can also do, I've done Pleasant Holidays for Europe as well, so. CLIA card is Cruise Line International Association. So if you Google that, you can get you can see the CLIA card. Cruise Line International Association.
Do you have to sell a certain amount before you can get the CLIA card, or can
Nope.
you apply?
You
Okay.
apply and you pay for that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. FAM is familiarization trip.
And Jody, where do you go to apply for the CLIA card?
It's Cruise Line International Association. So if you Google that,
Okay.
and you go to become a member, and make sure you become a member as an individual, not as an agency.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Cruise Line International, you said?
Cruise Line International. You have to talk about your business to have a business. That is correct. And the reason I'm not stopping and sharing that so you can find it is because I will lose where I am in these questions. So I just want to go through the questions. Ashley, yes, I do charge a fee now. I started January 1st. I actually on my YouTube also have charging fees video. I charge $100 non-refundable professional services fee. If I return clients, I might charge them $50. I might knock off the fee. What I tell people is if you're first starting out and you want to do a fee so people aren't just price shopping, do $25. Say it's non-refundable, you can either keep that fee or you can put it towards their final payment. But I do have a training on that you can watch. Lisa, let's pray that COVID does not get more crazy than it is. COVID was here last year. I booked $547,000 worth of travel. So I'm good. The only time I did not book for COVID was mid-March of 2020 to mid-April of 2020. Other than that, I booked a lot. How much time do you spend doing a quote? Honestly, Jessica, too much. I'd say about an hour to an hour and a half. How many clients do I normally handle by myself? So what I do is I will get so many clients, I will stop marketing myself. And then when I see I'm lower in clients, I will market myself again. So I don't know how many clients. I can't really answer that because some are more complex than others. Okay, and Lisa, yeah, talk about fees when researching booking. That's on my, yep, that's on my fee training. How long before I started booking? 11 days. So I started January 18th. January 21st, I told people I was a travel agent, and January 29th was my first booking. It was a Facebook friend. I use the word friend loosely. It was somebody I went to high school with 30 years ago. Wouldn't know if I saw her on the street. She booked for February. So just literally like 3 weeks later. And my first pay was in March. My first 4 to 5 weeks, I booked about $40,000 to $50,000 worth of travel. I had referrals. I had people who saw me on my Facebook or got my email. And my first client from a mock booking was 30 days after I started. She is a woman in her 60s. I love her. I booked 2 trips for her. I'm working on a Hawaii trip. She's just trying to get me some more information on that. And she has publicly said it too on Facebook that she will not leave home without me. Okay. Jenna, I've called the properties about issues. They would not speak with me while my clients are staying there. Contact Archer and see if you can get in touch with the BDM. You have to get permission from Archer to speak to the BDMs, but you can do that. Okay, so I went over that about how much to charge. No, I don't use Profit Agility at all. I don't. Okay. No, I don't pay for advertising on Google. When I first started, I would pay $5 once in a while, and I would boost my posts on Facebook, my mock bookings. I would just do $5 for 4 days just to get people to see your posts. I am not allowed to boost any posts on Facebook anymore because I wrote the word champagne, and you're not allowed to talk about alcohol. So I have been banned from boosting posts, but that's the only time I've paid. Yes, this video will be on my YouTube. Okay. Oh, I have no idea. You were approved for YouTube partnership program. I have no idea as far as that. Google. How did you set up appointment calendar? You know what? So when I set up my Google, appointment, how did you set up appointment calendar link from your Google form? Oh, that's through Calendly. I pay for Calendly and I have a link. So I used that link and I added it to my Google form. Lauren, I did not have a logo for 10 months. So I think I made my first logo on Canva, like just something, but my real logo was not until I started 10 months later. So you should do a logo, but you can do one yourself or you can get one done. Like I think I paid $40 for my logo. So, and that was it. So, Ray, I have a Google voice number. So I don't give out my home number, my cell number. I give out my Google Voice. It's free. Google Voice. I do all my texting and my phone calls from there. My YouTube is on, Lauren, that Google Doc that's been put in the chats many times. Yes, Candace, I do a Square for charging for non-professional or non-refundable for professional services fee. I use Square. That is on my training as well. I don't make any commissions on YouTube. No, there should be no prices for Google Voice. It's like voice.google.com or something. Is there any specific places to register in order to do all inclusives? No, anyone can do it. I book all of mine through pretty much FunJet or Travel Impressions on Vax. What's the best way to talk to someone who's clearly just price shopping? I come right out and tell them, I say it. I go, if you're just price shopping, I might not be the one that is best for you. I say what my value is I'm your concierge before and during and travel. And this is what I can provide to you. And I come right out and say, are you working with other travel agents? How soon do I call? I call the hotel about 2 to 3 weeks prior. And that was on my Google calendar. So as soon as I book it, I put it on my Google calendar. I'm going to school online. Any advice on scheduling? No, you've got to look at what your timeline is for you. Maybe you're a morning person. Maybe you start school at 9 o'clock, work 7 to 9 in the morning. Find a few hours. It'll build up as time goes on, but in the beginning, just find those few hours that you can do. I don't know as far as BNI, as far as between 2 states. I don't know how it works, if you can be in 2 BNIs or not. You also, I believe, one other thing about BNI, they will only take 1 per industry. So if you are in there, there are not going to be other travel agents. It can only be 1 per industry. All right, I'm just seeing how long after a client's trip should we expect commission? I say 45 to 60 days, but pretty much by 60 days, we usually have it. CLIA is $69. We have it's normally $119, but if you go to the last page of CLIA, it'll come up as $69. The training in CLIA, I don't do the other trainings, but I do the training that we have to do to get our next card next year. So we have to keep up. There's 1 free training that you have to do. Cynthia, how many quotes do I give for non-refundable fee? I just work with the client. I don't give a certain number. The training for the fees is on my YouTube channel. Can I leave the Q&A on the recorded version? I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't know how to do that. So my post when I introduced my business was, I think I posted possibly my certification or something like that. And I posted it on my personal page. I don't think I wanted to announce I'm a brand new travel agent on my business page. So I did it on my personal page. BDM is business development manager. That's the salesperson. Okay, Priscilla, some of these go on, this should be for a Q&A. How do you go about setting up travel insurance? So some of these are Q&A questions. Kathy, for Travel Leader Network, you go into Agent Universe, and I think it's on the right side. So keep doing what you're doing about everything. If you're doing everything that we talked about, it takes some time. So I'll give you an example. I had a client who I booked now 2 trips for, and expensive trips. He came right out and told me, I've been watching your page for 3 months. I wanted to make sure you were legit. So keep doing what you're doing. Do I recommend specializing? That's up to you. I did not specialize in anything for 10 months, probably 10, 11 months. And to be quite honest, even though I specialize in all-inclusives, I'm booking a lot of Europe this summer. I'm a big Google fan as far as being organized. That's just me. Also, guys, on my YouTube, there is an organizational video as well I did. I don't know if there's a training card on making business, a training video on making business cards. No, you don't use a commission tracking form when you do charge the client's credit card from Square, because that's like a wholesale fee or instant commission. Again, I have the training for the retainer fee on my YouTube. Yes, I use FunJet or Travel Impressions on backs. I use for Google Docs as a CRM, I use my Google Sheets, and I use Travify for CRM. Winner just put that in, thank you. How do I prioritize my time? If you could only work your business 3 hours a day, how would you spend that time as a beginner? Great question. Angela, what I did in the beginning was I always would get on a training a day. I would do a mock booking or post mock bookings, and I would work on certifications in the beginning as well. Okay, I already answered that about looking for all-inclusives. I already asked that about a planning fee. No, it does not matter if you haven't personally traveled much. So Sabina, what I said earlier, TripAdvisor, I researched. I would research things because there was a lot of places I haven't been to and I've sent people to, but I researched what the hotel or the resort was like. Kathy, yes, I do use Travify when I send 2 to 3 quotes. I think one of my Travify trainings is in there where I actually, instead of doing 1 quote for Jamaica, 1 for Mexico, 1 for this, I put it all into 1 quote. And I think that might be on one of my latest Travify trainings. No, do I use only those 2 vendors so I build loyalty points? No, I like working with those vendors. You'll find vendors that you like. Winter, I'm still booking for this year. Again, those mock booking trainings on my YouTube channel. Check the Google Doc. My YouTube channel is on there. We answered BDM. I already answered where I'm going to post it. Where do you go to plan your sandals trips? So if you are here for 6 months or more, you can register to book with Sandals Direct. Otherwise, Pleasant Holidays you can do after, I believe, 30 days. What do I do when a flight changes for a client? I will see. I mean, I don't understand the question. If a flight changes, I had canceled flights and I went and called American and got them on other flights. All right, these are, do you have a separate business checking savings account? Yes, I do have a separate business account. It's still as, yes, I think it is as a business account, but yes, I have a separate one. Winter, I can probably do another Travify training. I'll do one next month. Okay, I hit all the questions. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I hope this helped you. Like I said, it wasn't anything mind-blowing what I gave you because it really is, it's not, I wouldn't say so much easy stuff, but it's just stuff that you just have to keep up with. And it's not, I don't know how to put it. It's not that I'm smarter than anybody else because I booked this much. It's just that I've taken advantage of the trainings. I take advantage of the chats. I ask questions. I learn. Again, you have to be coachable. You have to be organized and you have to speak to your clients. So, all right, I'm going to end recording. Thank you so
Hey,
much for
Jody.
joining me, guys.
Jody,